Yu-Gi-Oh has a major problem.
Yu-Gi-Oh's dying.
There's been a bit of an outcry again in the Yu-Gi-Oh community around whether or not the game is dying.
Kind of like a feeling where you see where the game is going, and I don't think it's a good direction.
Over the Yu-Gi-Oh community, we have plenty of examples of people that are very upset.
The game isn't dying, it's dead at every nearby game store I live at. It's time to sell everything, I'm done. I quit and sold all that I could. Best decision ever. So tired of Konami and the toxicity around this game.
I know when something is distasteful.
Look, at this point, either Konami is stupid, or they actively hate you.
I don't agree that Yu-Gi-Oh's dying. Or at least I think it's certainly a little bit more complicated and nuanced than that.
I don't know what Konami is thinking.
Yu-Gi-Oh's a bit desperate for sales at the moment. Out of the 25 products released in 2023, only about 4 to 5 were successful. The worst of these products would see stores have to reduce prices well below what they paid for.
Bad ban list, or format's gone on too long, or maybe people don't like the most recent product, they feel like the game's too expensive.
At the forefront of this push to attain new players has been a line of products targeting potential customers while helping establish players at the same time. These products, as we'll be getting into, have been a mixed bag to say the least.
That's why a bunch of recent Konami decisions are, baffling to me.
Konami is reprinting Light of Destruction,
which is probably regarded as one of the most expensive and rarest core sets because it wasn't printed a lot.
Light of Destruction was a 2008 Yu-Gi-Oh set. It had stuff like Ghost or Honest, it had Judgment Dragon, a lot of like really crazy stuff.
No, I'm not happy about this. When I first heard about this, I wasn't happy about it.
Why are Konami even reprinting OG sets like Light of Destruction?
And I'm not sure why Konami decided to do this.
Well, people argue that they need to have easy access to cards to play in GOAT format and in Edison format. So, yeah, I agree. I think it is good to have easy access to old cards.
When they're done right, they can avoid the price creep that naturally occurs when games go on for decades. Reprint sets are also excellent ways to ensure that legacy archetypes getting support can have the cards be accessible and fresh in the minds of the player base.
Light of Destruction's a weird set to select for a reprint. There's not too much in there that people actually want.
And like, if you think it's like, well, they're reprinting it because like people are gonna want to open it, they didn't even give it to the NA.
I'm looking in the comment section here, and I'm seeing negative comment after negative comment.
My true opinion on Light of Destruction, which has been reprinted. So first things first, I'm just going to say it on behalf of all Europeans, I'm kind of annoyed that we didn't get Retro Pack, but somehow the Americans did end up getting a mini box worth of Light of Destruction, which, again, Konami have been a bit shady. They haven't really given us transparency.
And I think it just spits in the face of a lot of OG people.
Yeah, it just shows that Konami don't really have any structure themselves. It shows that they are a little bit clueless. They don't know what is right, what is wrong. They promise something and then deliver something else.
And why release products that just ruin the value for every collector instead of giving people what they want? Like,
because now people are scared of Duelist Genesis getting reprinted with the Stars Dragon Ghost Rare. They're scared about, you know, all the GX, you know, the Lost Millennium. All these boxes might be getting reprinted all of a sudden because Konami just wants to do it. So I get the collection fear as well.
I imagine if you're a high-end collector, this is a pretty big turnoff.
Why care about collectors or investors? I've been collecting, playing, and watching the Yu-Gi-Oh anime since I was 6. However, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, and the only avenue I have into Yu-Gi-Oh is collecting and investing into what I love.
You know, you collect what you love, and the value sometimes is meaningless. I wish I can go back to those days, not gonna lie, because sometimes you miss those days of not knowing what prices were. But now as you grow up, you kind of understand the market, you understand the prices, you understand to value certain things a little bit more.
Collectors and vendors can functionally play the market on high-end staples. Things like Starlight Masquerena, old alties, specific prints of cards like Retro Pack. The scarcity of these cards, and how absolutely cool they are, means that they can go all in on these extremely expensive options and basically be assured that these products are only going to increase over time, however slowly. This gives vendors, high-end collectors, and even OTSs that stock singles a reason to invest in the card game. I do appreciate that people with a lot of money have the ability to sink said money into what they consider an investment in a game that they love.
We're whining, we're complaining, we'll get over it, we'll get through it. That certainly has happened, but I do think it's a little bit different this time.
There are plenty of stores that have dropped Yu-Gi-Oh products entirely, since they'd lose money or at most break even on 80% of all Yu-Gi-Oh product stock.
But the economic weirdness doesn't just stop with vendors, it also extends to competitors. Even if the individuals responsible for Yu-Gi-Oh's secondary market or the individuals at the top of the Yu-Gi-Oh ladder aren't able to make a pretty penny, at least players can enjoy playing the card game, right? Well, have you seen the prices for cards lately?
Honestly, I am really perplexed. I'm perplexed by this. I don't get it. It's completely out of character for Konami. Normally, it's like they do the same things. They reprint the same things. But recently, Konami has gone off the hinges with 25th anniversary. They've reprinted every Starlight Rare that they can. They're getting as many quarter centuries out there as possible.
Konami just seem lazy. They're not really understanding what their current players or collectors want. I do think nothing that is unlimited is safe whatsoever.
Hopefully they don't reprint any more boxes.
Konami is reprinting Retro Pack 1.
They're reprinting Retro Pack 1, which is again great for GOAT.
Retro Pack is a 2008 product.
Retro Pack 1 is a set that is extremely rare. It was never printed, well, it wasn't sent to the US, so it was like a European release or whatever. They later had Retro Pack 2, which had the Blue Eye Shining Dragon and everything, but Retro Pack 1 is so much rarer. I have tried to get a full box of this for many years, and I've never been able to do it.
We have the exact same cards, the exact same set again.
Here we go. Retro Pack, the Lost Booster set, was never released in North America. Yeah. Now, as a part of our ongoing anniversary celebration, you can finally hit this missing hole in your collection. I don't know how I feel about that.
These products are great, and I support Konami re-releasing them.
I am not happy with this one.
I mean, after the Light of Destruction thing, I guess I'm not that surprised.
People have voiced their opinions. I mean, you have maybe 50-50. Like it, don't like it. If I have a base of 50-50 that likes it, don't like it, I'm not putting it out there to sell.
It does suck for the people that have this item, whether it's a mini box, whether it's the cards. They are reprinting this. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised, but at the same time, I'm like, Light of Destruction just got reprinted. What's next? Like, literally anything could get reprinted.
Everybody, you have to understand, these are cards people held onto when they were kids, and they held onto it very nicely, that they were hoping to maybe sell for the future, maybe to get something they want down the line, because hey, there's a lot of great cards with high prices on these cards as well. So you have to keep that in mind.
So I'll definitely be holding on to the majority of my first edition stuff, but you might see me start to sell some unlimited or box break extremely cheap unlimited stuff.
There's no first ed in Retro Pack 1, by the way, which is why this is kind of a big deal. If it's reprinting like Light of Destruction, sure, the unlimited gets hurt, whatever. There's no first ed in Retro Pack 1. It's just unlimited.
This Retro Pack is more harmful than good, in my opinion. Focus on fixing your game.
It's going to be super fun to open, but I don't think the players are really going to be excited about it.
There's other things that need to be focused on than reprinting older sets. So let's talk about Retro Pack that just came out. That was a banger. It sold out on Walmart the first day online. My initial reaction when I saw this
is create something new. Create a legendary collection or a new tin or a new special edition, right? Like the Samurai Assault, like the Twilight Edition. They should have reprinted Twilight Edition or Samurai Assault where they give you 3 certain packs.
Create a new set, right? A new set of the older cards back in the day with the old card frame, everything like that, but create a new set. Call it something else.
If you made one that had a Lost Millennium pack, Cybernetic Revolution, Elemental Energy, Power of the Duelist, and Enemy of Justice, how perfect would that be? How many people would go crazy and buy a Jaden theme product or a Yu-Gi-Oh! GX theme product that has reprints of the packs inside?
Create a new set, right? With just the retro theme. Look,
imagine an Edison Hero versus Lightsworn dual structure deck. I would sell like hotcakes, having both anime and classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Nostalgia to market with.
Imagine a completely new set, Retro Pack 3. With all OG dual monsters, even GX cards, guys, in Ultra, Secret, Super, and even chances at quarter century rares.
Just make it different. There's no point in dropping a whole re-release of a set like Cybernetic Revolution or Duelist Genesis or Crossroads of Chaos. Nobody's going to want that.
Maybe make a, I don't know, different rarity for all of them, but also have, your nostalgic super rare and ultra rare of those copies in that set without hurting the actual older card set.
All they had to do was add in a chance for Light of Destruction or Retro Pack, for Supers, Ultras, or even Secrets to have a chance of being in quarter century rare. And boom, fun twist on an old set. And now we can all go hunt our favorite cards in quarter century rare or some new rarity they add.
People want to open up something and feel nostalgic. Reprinting a whole set is lazy. I think they should create new funky ways of putting old school packs into a new product.
Can we get some of the OCG stuff, by the way? Like, OCG is doing a really good job, and what they're getting over there, maybe start to emulate that so people will be happy here in the TCG.
Again, see the OCG, which is profitable on its own, and doesn't have these set distributions and rarity problems.
The recent OCG set, the premium pack, The Legend of the Duelist, being a reprint set of the first ever premium pack from 1999. Exact same card list, but with each holo having a chance of being in quarter century rare. Or even the new upcoming quarter century limited pack in the OCG, having all our favorite cards from Invasion of Chaos, Magician's Force, in the old OG card format, as well as the new card format being in the same box with quarter century rares too. So not only can we pull our favorite OG cards in the old style, in the new style too, in the same box.
The TCG should switch to the OCG model of having all cards at ultra rare or lower, and only using the other rarities as alternatives. Plus boxes being cheaper, more rarities being in main sets, and the card stock quality being higher. This would keep the prices down and give the average player an actual incentive to buy boxes, as well as not price walling away any new entrants to the game. Plus, the OCG has demonstrated this would be profitable.
I don't think that Yu-Gi-Oh's dying. Truly, I don't. I just think it's just stagnant. I think that it's like, it's kind of, the can's being kicked down the road, and things are like, you can feel the temperature in the room kind of rising, the air leaving.
Like, the Twitter threads are saying, do I think these changes are going to kill Yu-Gi-Oh? No, but I don't think it means things are getting better. As vendors, high-end collectors, and OTSs decide it's time to start piecing out of Yu-Gi-Oh entirely, the community suffers.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm moving to the OCG where Yu-Gi-Oh cares about its collectors and players. I'll always love and collect Yu-Gi-Oh, but sometimes enough is enough.
Are we dying? No, but we're certainly sick.